Tip of the iceberg, the frozen belief beneath the world. Every visible conflict appears larger than life. Every problem announces itself as urgent and concrete. It feels immediate. It feels personal. It feels undeniable. Yet what is seen is rarely the full structure. The mind is trained to respond to what breaks the surface. It reacts to the splash, not the depth. It analyzes the fragment, not the foundation. And so attention fixes on what floats. But what floats is never the weight. The shard above the waterline is sharp and visible. It is the argument, the grievance, the headline, the diagnosis. It is the relational conflict and the political outrage. It is the story about what happened. It is the symptom that demands attention. That is the tip. The tip is perception. It is interpretation layered upon sensation. It is narrative formed after the fact. It is what can be pointed to and defended. It is the thrashing fish on the line. It is the door blamed for being closed. It is the hook mistaken for the cause. Yet the hook is not the hook. The hunger is. Beneath the surface rests the weight. Not the event, but identification. Not the circumstance, but the belief about the self. The submerged mass is the conviction, I am a body. It is the assumption, I am vulnerable. It is the quiet insistence, I can be wronged. It is the reflex, I must defend what I am. This is the iceberg. Politics floats upon it. Religion floats upon it. Romance floats upon it. Money, reputation, and health float upon it. Each visible struggle rests upon a single frozen premise. Separation is real. That premise is rarely questioned because it feels foundational. The tip feels convincing because it can be seen. It can be measured and debated. It can be rehearsed and shared. The surface gives activity. The submerged belief gives identity. Activity distracts. Identity attaches. If identification with a separate self were withdrawn, the tip would dissolve upon contact. No participation, no tightening line. No tightening line, no struggle. What appears external depends upon internal agreement. At the heart of the iceberg is guilt. Not behavioral guilt over actions, ontological guilt over being. It is the belief that separation occurred. It is the belief that something real was fractured. It is the belief that the source was left and must now be defended against. From that frozen thought, fear arises. From that density, anger forms. From that mass, attack and defensiveness emerge. Specialness floats upon its surface. Fear survives because guilt appears believable. Remove guilt and fear has no anchor. Why is the submerged mass rarely examined? Because beneath the waterline, the separate self cannot remain intact. If the iceberg melts, the character built upon it cannot survive in the same way. The mind prefers rearranging the tip to questioning the water. It debates symptoms. It perfects arguments. It sharpens identities, all while avoiding the deeper inquiry. Who is the one that requires this iceberg to exist? Ice forms only in frozen conditions. When warmth returns, structure dissolves. Nothing needs to be shattered. Nothing needs to be attacked. The mass simply cannot hold its shape. What floats is not what is true. What is defended is not what is real. The tip is noise. The iceberg is belief. And beneath both is the water that was never threatened.